The fight for the ATV National Motocross Championship is a never-ending one between Chad Wienen and Joel Hetrick. While other riders falter, the favorites find their way to the front, including the last race in Georgia where Hetrick checked out, leaving a huge battle behind him. And that battle went to the last lap as Wesley Wolf stormed past Bryce Ford, while Ford felt that he had cut the track. That left the emotions high for Moto 2 when Wienen and Cody Ford was left down with him in a pile. And that left Wienen in comeback mode while Hetrick checked out again. Yet another wild battle raged, but eventually Wienen would join it and make the moves he needed on Wolf, Ford, and the rest. But then a late tangle with Jeffrey Rastrelli put him on the ropes, and Rastrelli was able to hold on. With Wienen only netting third, Hetrick retakes the points lead after his Georgia sweep. Can he keep it going? Wienen's home track is next. We've reached the heartland, Sunset Ridge Motocross in Walnut, Illinois. The big man from Galena, Illinois, Chad Wienen, going to be happy to return to home turf. He has just handed over the points lead in the ATV National Motocross Series. We'll see if he can get it back today. While a big contingent of amateurs is ready to roll out, the pro riders get their machines ready. Wesley Wolf's Honda looking good there. Michael Allred. A lot of young riders moving up through the ranks. Max Lindquist had mechanical problems in our last round, looking to bounce back here. Michael Perkins with Brandon Hogue on the 26. He's been quick this season. Logan Stanfield in the 55. This is Nick Janusa's crew. He's had a podium this year. He's looked very fast. Vitek Nakianik from Poland, Bryce Ford. And Cody Ford, his brother, riders out of Texas. Cesar Jimenez there, also out of Texas. They're all chasing the podium. The man who got on it last time was the veteran, Jeffrey Rastrelli. Let's check in.
This weekend should be really good. We have the Elka suspension working good with the Walsh components. This weekend should be another good one for us coming off of AONU, of course, and coming to the sand. It was kind of crazy this year. We only rode a couple hard pack tracks. I didn't really test much there, so being on the sand is definitely more home for us right now. So we're going to come out here and do well and do our best, and I think we're pretty prepared to do so.
Rastrelli has long been the thorn in the side of our top two contenders in the series. Chad Wienen looking for another number one. Gave up the points lead at our last race.
All right, making our way to home soil here at Sunset Ridge in Illinois. Feels good to be here. Weather's looking great this weekend for us, and man, it's nice being back home. I got a good crowd of fans coming tomorrow that are ready for me to get a W, and I'm really feeling good coming into this event. I've been really working hard, and my setup feels great, and just the way I rode coming off of Georgia was really good, and man, I feel like I left one out there at Georgia, and I'm going to see if we can get a good start this weekend and try to put this thing on the center part of the box and try to get this championship turned around in my direction. And my competition's been riding good, and I really feel it's going to be a battle. And the humidity and the heat's going to be a factor, and I feel like we're ready.
Wienen working on a potential 8th national championship this year, but he's going to have to go through Joel Hetrick in the retro racing gear to get it done. We'll talk to Hetrick and then go riding when we return here on MAV TV. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMX and by CST Tires. Been a long march back from another rough opener. Seems to happen every year to Joel Hetrick at Daytona, but he's erased that deficit and is back in the points lead.
Track's looking amazing. They did some pretty cool changes for us. The pro section's looking a lot different than last year, pretty big. So that's interesting. The lap should be really long here. It's gonna be really hot too. It's gonna be tough. This is Chad Wienen's home track, and I'm sure he's gonna be gunning for a win too. But I'm really looking to get on the top step of the box again and just have fun doing it like we have. The bike's working awesome. The Phoenix racing team has it dialed in. Elka suspension. Impact Solution is going to be key for this weekend. It's going to be a rough one, hot. I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a grueling weekend, but I'm really putting in the work, and we're ready to go out and try to win some motos.
And for Hetrick, it usually starts with fast laps in qualifying. He's the top qualifier in the series more often than not. We'll see what happens today with a roll out of the racetrack. Hard to get used to. Hetrick now riding a Yamaha, was a longtime Honda competitor. The Phoenix Racing team has switched to the Yamahas this year. Still got a little bit of the red livery on the back. Here is Wienen. Oh, you know when you get a whoop section, that's going to help the big man. And none of the fans along the fence lines are going to complain about that. And here is Rastrelli, also on the Phoenix Racing squad, also then now on a Yamaha. Hey, Nick Janusa, the New Jersey native. He has been battling Rastrelli for a third of the points. Had some young, fast riders like Brandon Hogue in there, but Janusa and Rastrelli a little more consistent. But you never know when the likes of Hogue with style like that can get up in there. Also rapidly improving the very versatile Wesley Wolf. Last couple of rounds, probably the best we've ever seen him here in ATV Motocross. Max Lindquist, Logan Stanfield, the 2 and the 55. Lindquist some bad luck at our last race. He would like to get back into the top 5 or maybe a podium it today. Bryce Ford, though, he's really a rider to watch. He might have the most top-end speed of any of these young guns. With him and his brother Cody, they could be contenders today if they put the pieces together. Saw this 101. Michael Allred, the number 8, second in last year's Pro-Am standings to Lindquist, so a bunch of rookies moving up. Jimenez on the 101, also part of that group. Just saw Vitek Netkanik for a moment. This is Vincent Merman, who was 3rd in the Pro-Am division last year. That's sort of the stepping stone to this. Round out our field with Michael Perkins on the 94, and no surprise, Hetrick on top again. I could practically record that and then just press play on every episode of this show. Wienen and Bryce Ford, 2nd and 3rd quickest. Look at that, the 2 rivals. Are they talking or not as they head down to the line? Moto number 1 from Sunset Ridge in Illinois, coming up next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMX and by CST Tires. So we are set for Moto number 1 here, ATV Motocross. Jason Wygant to give you the call. 2-moto format as usual, and it is hot and humid, as all the riders have been talking about, to keep the umbrellas up as long as possible, but now it's time for the mechanics to move away, and we're underway. Yeah, Bryce Ford making our helmet cam look good, gonna grab the whole shot, and I'm always excited. This kid has so much speed, and now he's put it up front. We saw it a couple of races ago in Texas. He was able to run the pace with Wienen and Hetrick. And look at the chaos and the intensity a little bit further back. I believe this is Brandon Hogue that we're on board with. Whoa! And Wienen around the outside, and Ford gets flipped. Oh, so much for that. Really thought Ford could put in a great race. You can see him with our Rocky Mountain onboard, putting it back on 4 wheels. Wienen, that was an opening in the outside, and he just wasn't going to lift. Nick Janusa giving us the onboard here. Well, that's a significant shakeup as Wienen tries to get away. Hetrick into the number 2 spot. Janusa is 3rd. And this is going to be interesting. Can Hetrick run Wienen down? I'm going to say it, the last probably 4 or 5 years, raw speed has been the advantage. Hetrick. But lately, I feel like this year, Wienen has been a little bit closer on pace. Maybe he can hold him off. If Hetrick gets to him, Wienen is hard to pass. There's no doubt about it. But can he get there in the first place to even make it happen? And Wienen certainly doesn't want that to be a factor. Very good in these sandy conditions. And you see some people along the fence lines waving him on. Although he is originally an Illinois native and does have a place here, does spend his off-season riding and training not far from Daytona, Florida. So he's comfortable in the sand, no matter where it is. And you can see it right now. Hetrick is digging, but not able to close the gap. Shout out to Janusa for keeping them honest. One of the best runs we've seen out of Logan Stanfield, running a solid 4th, under fire now from Hogue. Woo, almost stepped out of line for Wienen. Go back to that Stanfield Hogue battle. What happened here? That's Max Lindquist there, tangled up with Hogue. Hogue having a downshift to just get back into a gear so we can get going. Man, there's been some carnage in this moto, but all behind Wienen, who continues to maintain that gap. See Janusa here. And he can still see the leaders, so Janusa flexing some muscle, showing some speed. Look at the distance that the top 3 have built up. Stanfield now under fire. Rastrelli slipped by when Hogue and Lindquist came together. Hetrick still pushing, trying to get there. It is not enough. He's closing in a little bit. We might have a battle before this first moto is over. Chad Wienen trying to wrestle the points lead away from Joel Hetrick. He can start it with a win in his home track as the battle continues to rage. Rastrelli gonna fight to the inside. And he gets Stanfield. Great racing here in Illinois. Can Wienen maintain the lead? Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Welcome back, ATV Motocross from Sunset Ridge. Chad Wienen has pulled away big time from Joel Hetrick, and you do not normally see anyone who's able to pull away from the 88, but going back to that first lap incident where Wienen came into Ford, I believe Ford's flipping machine actually rammed into Hetrick, so I'm not sure if Hetrick maybe got banged up from that. He didn't crash, but he got hit in the leg. Adrenaline certainly is a heck of a drug, and at least should be able to finish this moto, but we'll see afterwards if he's feeling the effects. Meanwhile, Hogue, who had his problems earlier when he got tangled up with Max Lindquist, working his way back forward. There is no challenge for Wienen today. Here is Hogue. Oh, it goes over the berm. And Wesley Wolf on the 741, able to sneak by. Logan Stanfield had a good start, but man, is he facing some pressure now. Wolf has been very good in the last couple of races and continues that run right now. He made the move on Hogue. He wants to get Stanfield. He's got Hogue right behind him. No change in the running order up front. Still Wienen followed by Hetrick. So we'll go back to this. Hogue with the Rocky Mountain ATVMC on board, bumping into the back of Stanfield, and it cost him. He could not get that double out of the corner. What can you say about Chad Wienen, Mr. Consistency, 7-time champ in the series, and rolling away from everyone right now? Just a dominant ride, and he needed it. We don't know exactly Hetrick's condition, but if you're Wienen, you don't care about that. You're going to take confidence any way you can get it, not just the points, but the fact that you got the lead and no one was able to catch you. And he is just hammered down. So we'll go back to this battle. Hogue still working on Stanfield. He's made the ground back up after that mistake where they bumped. Oh, into those rollers. That is advantage. Wienen there. He is so tall, really can leverage that machine, kind of pump it, get those rear wheels into the ground. That's what Janusa is trying to do right there. Oh! Problem there for Merman, one of the rookies. White flag is out as we check in with Janusa in third. The Ford brothers. So good to see Bryce working his way back forward after that early crash. He cannot get around his brother Cody. And finishing touches on a moto win en route for Wienen. Ford is shaking his head. Oh, high style from Chad Wienen. Gonna make the fans happy in this one. What happened to Rastrelli? He went over the berm again. Max Lindquist gonna sneak by here in the last lap. Listen to the crowd. You love it. Chad Wienen takes the win here in Moto 1 in his home race, and that is big. Able to hold off Hetrick. Janusa third. We'll get ready for Moto number 2. We have heard that Hetrick hurt his leg when Ford's machine flipped and hit him. We'll see Joel's condition in this moto. Rastrelli again will carry the helmet cam. Oh, bumping around. Wienen, whoa, hold on to it. Bryce Ford down again. Oh, and a big tangle up. Vitek Nektanik down, couple other riders as well. And Janusa! Man, he sent it in there on Hogue, and he went flying. That was our third place finisher in Moto 1. Lots of trouble early in this, but look who's in the lead. Joel Hetrick looking to salvage things. Well, I said in Moto 1, adrenaline is a heck of a drug, and so are good starts. You get up front like this, you can make your way even if you're not feeling it, and we have heard that Hetrick is in pain. And now Wienen already looking to make the move on his wounded rival. You have to take advantage of these situations if you're Wienen. And you don't often see this. Hetrick actually is the one who doesn't have the pace. But he's going to fight for it. Good job to keep the door closed. He knew exactly what Wienen wanted to do. And then another crazy battle just outside of those lead positions, and Rastrelli is in it. Here's the move, or the attempted move by Wienen. It works. He gets to the inside. So Chad Wienen now into the number 1 spot. And look at the speed through those rollers. It might be a point salvage day for Hetrick. Again, Moto 1, Wienen made an aggressive move around the outside of Ford. Ford went flying, and his machine hit Hetrick in the leg. Ford was able to come through, salvage top 10 in that one, and then he crashed here in turn 1 of this Moto. So it's been a wild day for Ford. Look at Rastrelli running all the way to the grass to try to get around Allred, who actually is riding the all-yellow machine. So Rastrelli wanted to get back on the podium today. He has had quite a journey in his attempts to get there. Hetrick keeping Wienen in sight. With the kind of closing speed we saw from Wienen on the first lap, I would not have expected Hetrick to be able to stay this close. He's there if the veteran makes a mistake. Back to this battle. Hogue, Rastrelli, Allred, really duking it out here at Sunset Ridge. Just ahead of them, Wesley Wolf looking for third in the Moto. Stay with us. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Chad Wienen pulling away big time now at his home race, Walnut, Illinois, and Sunset Ridge Motocross Park. And boy, did he need this. Could retake the points lead from Joel Hetrick with the 1-1 sweep today. Rastrelli and Lindquist having quite a battle just outside the podium positions. There's your leader, Wienen. Third is Wesley Wolf, who has become a podium-level rider this year. Boom, that was a big-time seat bounce. Oh! Max Lindquist was stuck on the track. Not a mechanical problem. He gets it back going again. And I don't know how Hogue didn't plow into the back of him. There is Wienen just putting on an absolute clinic today. He's long gone, and Hetrick is secure in second. Oh, Hogue almost went off the racetrack. And he lost some aggressiveness there. Man, the overall podium today up for grabs. It looks like it's going to be another Wienen Hetrick 1-2. Hogue, hand off the bars. He has lost pace. That near crash, not sure if he's shaken up or what it might be, but he's no longer in that fight for the podium. Could come down to Wolf against Rastrelli, and look, Hogue is just letting guys go. In fact, Lindquist, we saw stuck on the racetrack, just went by him. And I am not sure what has happened to Hogue. He is just letting riders go. He's either got to be hurt or having mechanical problems. They don't get this tired at this level. So we check back in with Wesley Wolf running in third. Last lap for Chad Wienen. And the fans here loving it. Rastrelli trying to track Wolf down for a late bid on the podium. And saluting the fans is Chad Wienen. What a big day. It appears Wienen will retake the points lead with this 1-1 run. Rastrelli still going for it. He is catching Wolf here in the final lap. Battle for the podium is on. Wolf going to have to hustle. Here comes Rastrelli. And here comes the checkered flag. Dominant run today, a 1-1 for Chad Wienen. Hetrick will take second. Rastrelli going to throw everything he has. And Wolf comes up short. Wesley Wolf, a good run. Will finish third in the Moto and third overall. You hear the congrats even from Rastrelli. Let's talk to our top three.
Just got off the podium here at Sunset Ridge, you know, super happy, the whole crew, everybody. I mean, I'm pumped, but I know the rest of the crew is super happy too. Moto 1 was okay, not the best, definitely frustrated, which caused me to ride a lot better in Moto 2. I was super happy with my results and just psyched to be back on the podium, going back home, train a little harder, hopefully be back up here. Thanks.
Did what we could, salvaged some points. You know, now I think we're 5 down heading into my home track, but that's the thing, it's my home track. Hopefully we can make something happen there and get back up and, you know, get up on the top of the box again. But if not, we rode hard, we did what we could. Can't thank the whole Phoenix crew enough. Bike was amazing this weekend. Just a little mishap at the beginning of the first moto, and I think that kind of slowed me down, but we'll be ready for the next one.
All right, big weekend here at Sunset Ridge, 1-1 on the day. Man, just picture perfect. Good starts all day. My machine was running so good, my Yamaha, and the whole crew, the Wiener Motorsports, just everybody was clicking to get today. And huge props to everybody. The fans came out in a big way, and we're gonna try to keep this momentum going into 4th of July weekend. So let's have some fun and enjoy this one and get back to work.
CST Tires race recap. Watch Bryce Ford. He gets the lead in Moto 1. Chad Wienen around the outside, and there is where Hedrick got hit by Ford's machine. Tangle up here between Hogue and Lindquist. That allows Rastrelli to slip by. Lindquist comes back through. The riders duking it out with Logan Stanfield. Mistake by Rastrelli there. And Wienen takes the Moto win. Hedrick would take second. And then Ford, another wild ride here off the start of Moto 2. Tough day for him. Hedrick would have the early lead. He was not feeling it with the leg injury and gives up the lead to Wienen. Lindquist, there, now we see the problem. He was off the racetrack, but then more problems for Hogue. He hurt himself with that save, didn't crash, but drifted back. Wienen takes the win. Hedrick second. Last lap battle between Rastrelli and Wolf. Wolf takes it. Here you see the point standings. Janusa still third. Wienen a 5-point lead over Hedrick, who had a rough day. The Wienen family is happy. Can they keep it rolling to the next race in Pennsylvania? We'll find out. For everyone at Racer TV, Jason Wygant. Thanks for watching.